Tebbutt from Behind the Gloves in association with Fresco Box. I'm delighted to be joined by Tunde Ajayi, manager, trainer,
extraordinaire,
and philosopher. That's a new one. How are you, Tunde?
I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. We're obviously here today at the Anthony Yarde Tony Averlant press conference.
Yes.
Looking forward to Saturday.
When you train the hottest prospect in world boxing, you have to be excited. That's what I got. Anthony Yarde is a special talent. I've said it from fight one. I said it from when he was an amateur. And it's a joy to train him, and it's a blessing to manage his career in the way it has been going.
As you say, you train him, you manage him, you're also his matchmaker. After his fight against Nicola Siaklocha, became the first man to stop Siaklocha. Why Tony Averlant? How did we land on Tony Averlant for this weekend?
Okay, well, that's a good question. For me as a manager, well, let's talk from a trainer's perspective. As a trainer's perspective, from a trainer's perspective, I have to make sure my fighter is fully equipped. You know, it's called building a fighter. You know, and part of that job is making sure that he comes across in his career different shapes, sizes, styles, stances. We still haven't fought at Southpaw, so that's a box that needs to be ticked. But Tony Ajayi brings a style where he's a tall guy. You know, most of, if not all of Anthony's opponent, he's been punching down on them, or eye level. This is someone where Anthony's looking up at. Long arms, a rangy boxer. So that's another box which we're looking forward to tick. And it's all part of his progression as a fighter.
Now, Tony Averlant is somebody who's not well known on these shores, but he's been in and around with a lot of guys. He's got quite an extensive career. What can you tell us about that?
Basically, he's fought for the, you know, I'm a facts man. And that's how I pick Anthony's opponents. I have to look at the facts, and I have to look at the statistics. Tony Averlant has fought for the lineal European title twice, light heavyweight title, let's get that right. He's boxed for the WBO Intercontinental title once. He fought Jürgen Bremer in Jürgen Bremer's 41st fight. Jürgen Bremer is a former WBA light heavyweight champion. So, you know, there really shouldn't be no questions about the opponent, because if it was fit for Jürgen Bremer to fight him in his 41st fight, then fighting somebody with no amateur experience in his 15th professional fight is a good call. Also, he fought Dominic Bosel. Dominic Bosel is 22-0 when he fought him. So these are guys, and again, facts. Eduardo Gucci, you know the one who fought George Goes? Yeah. He had only lost one fight in 23 fights when he fought him. So these are accomplished professionals, good boxers, known to the boxing fraternity, and he's got to deal with Anthony Yarde next.
Now you say he's known to the boxing fraternity. I think it's fair to say he's not known to, certainly your casual fan.
Yes.
Do you think, with everything that's gone on in the last 12 months, if Anthony Yarde was fighting anybody not named Frank Buglioni,
yes,
people were going to have something to say?
Well, I guess on these shows, yes. In terms of world boxing, who knows Frank Buglioni? In world boxing, people know Anthony Yarde. Anthony Yarde is the A-side of this whole situation between Buglioni and... He just got the belt, that's all. Otherwise, we're still continuing our journey. You know, I predicted that the fight will happen. I'm going to talk to Frank. Frank's right there at the Emirates. Summer. Frank Buglioni versus, or Anthony Yarde versus Frank Buglioni. Let's do it. Arsenal, best club in the world, being an Arsenal supporter, and we're ready. But it's not about Frank Buglioni. It's like I keep saying, one fight at a time, and everything is timing. Saturday night, I think it's the 25th. Is it the 25th? 24th?
Don't turn up a day late.
It's Tony Averlant. He is the focus of our mind right now. After the 25th of February, let's talk about, you know, Mr. Bolognese. You know we like food, so we had to get stuck in there.
I do know you like food. With that being said,
yes.
A lot's made about Anthony Yarde's weight. It's seemingly like the question that never goes away.
Nah,
what can you tell us about that?
That question should not even be there. We've scaled 173 for 2 of his last 4 fights. That's 2 pounds under the limit. There was just I think the reason for the talk is the time where he had, you know, life problems. But guess what? He phoned me. He said, "Unks, I'm struggling." I said, "Don't worry about all that. Don't worry about all that. Come to the weigh-in. We'll get that off." Within 45 minutes of run, it was off. So a lot of boxing is mental. You know, he was dealing with issues outside of the ring, but it didn't affect fight night. And more importantly, the weight was achieved at the weigh-in. So weight is not an issue for us. We do it comfortably every time. And most people will tell you that if they might think something went wrong in camp if you come in 2 pounds light. So, but we've done it for 2 fights, and both of those fights ended in the first round.
Something that's been brought up in the press conference today was Anthony Yarde's seemingly growing profile.
Yes.
More adverts, more this, more that, it's in the public eye. With that, do you think comes more scrutiny, people talking about the weight, people talking about who he is not fighting? Do you think that's just a case of his profile getting bigger and people trying to chip away at things?
Well, I think for the both of us, we're just looking at the goal. The goal is for Anthony to become a world champion, and the goal is for him to finish his career undefeated, and that's definitely going to happen. There's no other focus. We don't focus on no fighters apart from myself. When the fighter's put in front of us, then you become our focus. But until then, all it says on the tin is Anthony Yarde. Not a baked bees tin, it's an Anthony Yarde tin.
Just moving away from Anthony Yarde, somebody I know that you know very, very well is Ohara Davies.
Yes.
Ohara Davies has now aligned himself with Frank Warren. What did you make of the whole scenario with Ohara Davies leaving Matchroom and how he's ended up with Frank Warren?
Well, I'll be honest with you. It's like I keep saying, I don't focus on if you're not around me, I don't focus on no fighters. Ohara is a beautiful human being, a wonderful person. I shared many happy moments with him, and I know Ohara. Me, Tunde Ajayi, I know Ohara. He's a good person. He's a good person, and but he's young, and everybody's allowed to make mistakes, and everybody's allowed to learn and grow from him. I believe now he's with the best promoter in the world, in Frank Warren, and I believe now Ohara Davies will be guided properly, and he'll be what I told him he would be when he was an amateur, when I was training him into his professional. I said, "Oh, you can be the best," and he will be the best, but it's all down to Ohara.
And just finally, Tunde, what can you tell fans to expect when tuning in to watch Mr. Anthony
You know
Yarde?
what it is. Dream it, believe it, become it. Everything is timing. The tin says Anthony Yarde. The back label says Tunde Ajayi. On the top it says Behind the Gloves. Underneath it says Frank Warren, BT Sports and Box Nation. And we can expect excitement.
Okay, well, Tunde Ajayi, always a pleasure catching up with you.
Yes, sir.
Look forward to seeing you Saturday night on Fight Night.
And thank you very much for the interview.
Thanks very much for speaking to Behind the Gloves.
Yes, sir.
Cheers, Tunde.
Hi fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do so by clicking this icon right here, or else.